welcome back to my channel. My name is the Disney Darling, and if you're interested in anything Disney related or travel related, please be a darling and subscribe to my channel. So today we are going to be doing what I promised you in a previous video. We are going to be doing a get to know me tag. It is of course going to be Disney style because I love Disney, but I also would love to get to know you guys more, my new subscribers, the new people out there that are watching my videos. If you would like to do this tag, I'm going to leave the questions down below. Let me know, please, if you do this tag yourself. Also, if you don't want to do this tag, don't have a YouTube channel, don't feel like doing it, you can answer some of these questions yourselves and let me know. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started and jump right on in. There is going to be 30 questions, and I'm going to try to just go straight through them, explain a little here and there, because if not, I could be talking for an hour. So let's get started. So, your favorite Disney animal. My favorite Disney animal by far is Finn. I'm gonna get into this later in this video. I am not a Frozen fan per se, but I love Finn. I think he kills it for me. Like, he is so cute. He's cute. I have a few stuffed animals of him. I don't know, it's just every time I see him, I just get happy. He is so cute, he's funny, he's sweet, and I would love to have a pet reindeer, but I know that will never happen. So the closest thing I can get is a stuffed animal. So Finn is my favorite character. Number 2, what is your favorite Disney character? So I honestly am not going to answer this question because it's really hard to pick for me. I am a huge Disney lover, so picking just one, I can't do it. It's like picking a favorite child, and most people don't do that. All right, question number 3, your favorite Disney classic. So I have 2 in this one because I didn't know if it was referring to Disney classic like in the 50s and 60s Disney classic or just Disney movies in general that they have made themselves. But I'm gonna say the one from the 50s and 60s that I love the best would have to be Cinderella. I've said this in many previous videos. I am starting to become obsessed with Cinderella. She is a movie that I revisited during this quarantine, and I'm just obsessed with it. I love the artwork, I love the music, I love the theme behind it, I love the characters. So Cinderella is my favorite by far in that era of Disney movies. If we're talking about just Disney movies in general, Beauty and the Beast would have to be my all-time favorite Disney movie. I'm going to get into this later on, but Belle is a lot like me. I am a lot like her. And I also have so much nostalgia with Beauty and the Beast because my grandma and I used to watch that movie every time I came over to her house, and you know, it was time for me to go to bed when I was like a little girl, not like recently, but yeah, that has such nostalgia that Beauty and the Beast will be my all-time favorite movie until the day that I die. Number 4, your favorite hero. So my favorite hero would have to be, without a shadow of a doubt, Robin Hood. Now, some people say, how is he a hero when he stole from the rich to give to the poor? Well, sometimes you have to do what you have to do to take care of people. And sometimes you have to think about your morals above law, above anything else. And I just think he is the world's best hero. He's funny, he's romantic, he's cute, I don't know, it's a great movie. And I think he is just the most amazing hero out there that Disney has ever made. Number 5, my favorite heroine does not come from Robin Hood, but it is Miss Tiana herself. I love Princess and the Frog. That is another one of my favorite movies. I think she is amazing. She is an amazing heroine to look up to for any girl, for any little girl. I love the movie because it says, you know, you wish on that star with all your little heart, but don't be afraid, but you got to put in the work, you know? So I love that movie. It's kind of saying the truth of life. It's like, you have to dream, you have to hope, you have to wish, but you also have to put in the work to get those wishes, to get your dreams to come true. So I love that movie. But she is an amazing heroine because she is sassy, she knows what she wants, she's a hardworking gal. I just love it. She's my favorite. So question number 6, your favorite kiss. For me, that would have to be Beauty and the Beast. Again, that's my favorite movie, and I think it is super romantic how they've gone through all of this together, and then Belle gets her handsome prince after all. So I love that kiss scene, and it's my favorite. Number 7, favorite love song. So my favorite love song of all time is So This Is Love in the Cinderella movie. That one legitimately makes my heart cry inside and explode when I hear it. I love that scene. That to me is just the epitome of true love. When she is dancing with her prince and in her mind, it's like, so this is love. It's like, to me, that's what I hoped love would be like one day. And for me it is, but that's to me what love feels like inside your head. So at number 8, your favorite original character. So I have 2, can't pick. I'm sorry guys. I am not super, what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard for me to pick things. But my favorite original characters would have to be Bing Bong. I think he is funny, he's cute, he is the best addition to that movie. He is just sunshine and flowers and rainbows and fun, and I love him. But my second favorite original character would have to be Grumpy. So this is how you're about to get to know me. I have 2 moods. I am either super like what you see right now on YouTube, very happy, very go-lucky, friendly, bubbly, or I am grumpy. And that's my nickname in my family sometimes is Grumpy. So like I really need a grumpy shirt one of these days, but I'm either friendly, overly friendly, or I'm grumpy and I need a dang coffee. So get me a coffee. But yeah, those are my 2 favorite characters. Number 9, my favorite Pixar film of all time is WALL-E. When I first saw this movie, I was 13 and I absolutely despised the movie. I thought it was horrible. It was boring. I went and saw it with my best friends. They're twins for their birthday when we were 12, sorry. We turned 12 that year. Well, they turned 12 that year and we saw WALL-E in theaters. It wasn't until about 6 months ago that I really fell in love with WALL-E. There's so much in that movie that we can take away as a society. And I sincerely believe it's one of the most romantic movies I have ever seen in my entire life. I know they're just robots, but the love between them two, shoot, we need to look up to that. But yeah, WALL-E is my all-time favorite Pixar movie. So moving right along, we are at question number 10, guys. My favorite prince. So my favorite prince, without a doubt, is Flynn Rider. Flynn Rider is hot. He is funny. He's got a great sense of humor, and I love how he turns from evil to good. I just love him. I can't help it. I think he is so hot, and I would love to meet him one day in the parks and get my picture next to him and see that smolder. All right, moving on to question 11, my favorite princess. So, Belle is my favorite princess. I know it's not from the same movie, so my favorite prince and princess they're not dating or anything. But my favorite princess, again, is Belle. Out of all the princesses and all the Disney characters, I would have to say Belle is my personality type. I love to read. I'm creative. I love to travel. And her song that says, "There's adventure in the great wide somewhere," I was always like that growing up. I knew from the very beginning that I didn't want to stay in the same small town that, you know, my parents grew up in, that my mom went to the same high school that I did, or like we were rivals, I'm sorry. But what I mean is that she grew up in the same town as me. And then she had me, and it's like, I don't want to be in the same town for my entire life. So I moved very far away from my hometown, and I've always been interested in traveling and going and not just staying in one space in life. So Belle wholeheartedly is me, and she is my favorite princess. Okay, number 13. My favorite quote will have to be, "Don't just fly, soar," and that is from the Dumbo movies. The Dumbo movie. I don't like Dumbo as a movie. It is scary, depressing, and sad, and I just don't like it. But I love Dumbo. I think he's adorable. And I love the quote from that movie, don't just fly, soar. That is my life motto because I just don't want to be mediocre, and I'm not okay with mediocrity. I want to be the best me that I can be. I want to help others. I want to share my faith with others, and I care about being the best me I can be. So I love that quote, and I relate to it 100%. Quote number 13, my favorite sequel, without a doubt, would have to be The Lion King 2. I love that movie. I could watch it probably every day. Love the music. Love how Simba's daughter is with Scar's son, I guess you could say. It's hard to describe if you haven't seen the movie, but I love that movie. I could watch it every day. Whoop, whoop. Good job, Disney. Love it. Moving right along, my favorite Disney sidekick would have to be Ray Ray from The Princess and the Frog. We're going to circle it right on back. I think he is amazing. He's funny. He is hilarious. I think other than Mushu, he's probably the most hilarious Disney sidekick of all times. And you know, that death scene got me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that got me. I mean, that's it. Gotta move on. So my favorite theme attraction would have to be the Carousel of Progress. I love that one. It is such Disney history. I'm into Disney and I'm into history, so of course, naturally, that is the perfect ride for me. I will have an honorable mention in there. I love the Country Bear Jamboree. I'm that girl that sits in the front row and claps and stomps and yeehaw! But like, golly, I love that ride. Most people don't like to go with me to that ride because I'm a little bit obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest, I'm obnoxious, but my heart is so full when I'm on that ride. But anyway, moving right along. My favorite theme park, let me just say by this, I don't know. It depends my mood. Sometimes I'm in for the Animal Kingdom. Sometimes I want to go to Epcot. Sometimes it's Magic. So honestly, I can't pick there either. I mean, I have to go to Magic. I think out of all the parks, I'd be upset if I didn't go to Magic. Because there's just something to be said about seeing that castle lit up and walking down Main Street. So I guess by default, the Magic Kingdom would be my favorite park. But the other ones, they mean a lot to me too. And I like them. And it's hard to pick just one, you know? All right, moving on. My favorite Disney song is I Won't Say I'm in Love. I love that song. I think it is great. My best friend and I used to sing that to each other, and we'd call that our song because we had both been hurt in relationships in the past, and that was just like our like, I'm getting back out there and I'm a kick, beep girl, like, we're awesome, like, that's our song. So yeah, so that's my favorite song. Moving on, my favorite theme park show is Happily Ever After. There's just something about those fireworks that gets me completely just bawling my eyes out. When I went this past May of last year with my best friends, I mean, I was sitting there, tears streaming down my face. I don't know. It's just magical. I can't say more than that, but there's something about that moment that you can't describe, but it is one of the best moments of your life. So for me, Happily Ever After, perfect. Best show ever. All right, my favorite villain is Lotso. He is and I've said this in previous videos, favorite villain all time. Moving on. Favorite villain song is Friends on the Other Side by Dr. Facilier. That song gives me the frickin' chills, okay? It kind of creeps me out a little bit. It gives me the chills. I see goosebumps on my arms when I listen to that song. So yeah, that song, you win for the Villain Award. Moving on, guys. My least favorite Pixar film is The Good Dinosaur. Without being hateful, I think it's complete trash. So if anybody likes The Good Dinosaur, I'm sorry. I absolutely hate the movie. I think it's the worst movie ever made by Disney. Well, from the ones I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of the really older like live action movies, so I can't judge when it comes to that. But I don't like the movie, but if you do, I'm not saying anything bad about you, but I just don't like it personally. So that is my least favorite Pixar movie. So my least favorite song would have to be Let It Go by Frozen. I think that some people are probably judging me right now, but I don't like the song. It's incredibly overplayed. I can't stand to hear it because it's been like drilled into my brain a million times. So that's why I don't like it. I don't think it's a bad song per se. I can't stand to hear it. Going on with our tag, we are on question number 23, the movie that makes me cry. I'm a crybaby, guys. So I cry over everything. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. I cry over every Disney movie ever made. It doesn't matter what it is, I'm crying at the end. Like yesterday, my husband and I watched Homeward Bound. They just put that on Disney Plus, and that was a childhood favorite of mine. Bawled my eyes out at the end. Crying so hard I had to be held. Man, I was shaking. I was crying so hard. Like, the movies all make me cry. I can't pick just one. Moving on. Movie that makes you laugh. So I'm going to pick a Marvel movie here. Since Disney owns Marvel, I think it's okay to add this one. So we're going to just use it. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies, they make me roll when laughing. Like, the funniest movie I have ever seen is probably The Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I roll when I am laughing, crying, laughing. Like, it's that good to me. So yeah, that's it. That's my favorite movie that makes me laugh. Number 25, the most overrated movie. So there's no surprise that I'm going to say this on here. Frozen. I cannot stand Frozen 1. It has been drilled into my head so much that I want to yak when I think about it. But I will say I liked Frozen 2. So it kind of redeemed itself. Do I want to watch the first one? No. Do I want to watch the second one? Yes. So Frozen 1, no. The saddest death of all time in a Disney movie. Everybody's going to say this. I'm going to say it too. But it's the truth. It's The Lion King. There's just something about that movie where he's dead and poor Simba is like, Daddy's gone. Like, that gets me. Choking me up a little bit right now. Moving on. A song that always gets stuck in your head. It's A Small World. That one is always stuck in my head. Anytime I hear it, I'm going to hear it for the next day. So yeah, I like it, but it gets stuck in my head too much. Moving on to question number 27. 28 actually, guys. The first movie you saw. All right, so I'm going to say a few things here. The first movie I can remember seeing in a theater would be the Tigger movie. I was 5 years old, depending when it came out in 2000. My birthday's in 95, so if it came out before September of 2000, I would have been 4. Yeah, 4. I also remember one of the first movies I ever saw in theaters was not Disney related, but it was Chicken Run. If you remember that movie, you'll know why I am the way that I am. That movie, I watched it the other day, is really disturbing to show for kids. I mean, it honestly is scarring for a child. I cannot believe that that's what I watched for the first time as a kid. It explains a lot. If you knew me, knew me in real life, it explains a lot. But the first movie that I can remember laying on my couch watching with my grandparents would be Mulan. That's the first one I can remember. Maybe I've seen more before then, but that's as soon as my mind can remember. Question number 29, the saddest scene from your favorite movie. So for Beauty and the Beast, again, that's my favorite movie. When Miss Potts says, "He's finally learned to love." That's sad to me. I mean, yes, the Beast's death is sad, but we know he's coming back. The first time, that's a sad scene. But most of us know at the back of our minds, this man ain't gonna die off. This wouldn't be a Disney movie if he just died. But her saying that gets to me every time. It strikes a chord in me, because that's the part where Beast lets Belle go. And oh man, that just is like a knife in the heart. Like, that's sad. In the live action one, the saddest part of that movie is the Evermore song, because he is just blaring his heart out that he thinks that he has lost the love of his life. And he's saying that she will always be with him, and that just, woohoo, that gets me every time. So the last question, guys, we made it to question number 30. If you have still been here with me, thank you for going on this long, rambling journey about me. But question number 30 is an underrated Disney movie. All right, for me, it is The Rescuers. I love that movie. I think it is fantastic, but I do think it's underrated, and I think if you have not seen it, go watch that movie. It's so good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to this tag. Again, I'm going to leave the questions below. If you want to do it, please let me know. Reach out to me, and I will love to read your answers. Thanks again for coming. Bye-bye, my darlings. Bye-bye.